Hello guys, welcome back to the weekend roundup. It's been a couple of weeks since we've done this because obviously how the game's been mashing up and how it's been going around. I think it's before Christmas since we last did one of these, so 2 weeks, is that? It's not that long really, is it? But it's been a while. It's been a break in these, videos. There we go. That's the word that I'm doing now. YouTube videos. Let's start with the biggest game of the weekend. It's always been the biggest game of the weekend when it's on because it was Liverpool versus United at Anfield. What a game it was. I said this on my TikTok like right after the game. It's probably one of the best football games I've watched this season. It's the best football game I've watched in a long time anyway, I'll tell you that now. Liverpool came out off the block straight away, coming at United, coming at us. But we held strong. I think our defence was really strong for the start of the game. And then we lasted the first half, 0-0 going into that second half, and things were changing. And straight away, Lisandro Martinez with a great goal. I think Neville was said it in commentary about how it reminded him of Giggs' goal, the way it hit the net, the way it just rifled in, and it was just the reaction I got from it. It was amazing. It was brilliant. And then I started to think, it was like, oh, you know what? Because I had no hope going into the game, and then I started to think about, this might happen. Something might come out of us here, and. And then Liverpool equalised with Gakpo like 6 minutes later. Okay, Gakpo's on really good form right now. I've got to say that Gakpo is on really good form for Liverpool. Slot's got him working hard. And you look at obviously Salah's been out of contract, and you look at Gakpo as the potential to play Salah. Is the potential there? It's obviously not going to be as good as Salah, but he could probably replace him in a way, I guess. And then Salah gets his penalty, gets his goal. He always gets his goal against United, and he loves the goal against United. It took him 3 years to get his first goal against United, and ever since then he's just gone, you know what, have him, hat trick, and it has killed me. And this is where I thought, it's going to get away from us. It's going to get away from us. But we held strong. I feel like De Ligt was at fault for both goals. Obviously, he was definitely at fault for the penalty. He handballed it, but I think he was at fault for the Gakpo goal as well. I don't like slating players, but if I've got to point some out, I've got to point some out, because I feel like a lot of hate towards Trent this game, and I've just got to push it around and say, it's not always on one player. But yeah, De Ligt just diving in a bit too early, a bit too harsh, a bit too taking himself out the game for the Gakpo goal wasn't great, and it kind of left us a bit skew-if for Gakpo to come through. But obviously Trent, had a bad game. His head is obviously in Madrid. He just wants his body to be there as well, doesn't he, really? Because Ahmad, right at the end of the game, doing it again, another dagger to the heart to a rival club. I love it. Hopefully we get Leeds in the FA Cup if we beat Arsenal. I'll take that. I will take it. But yeah, Ahmad, he's been the man. He has been the man for us. He's just creative. He just does everything for us. He does it right as well, and I like it. I just love him right now. Slot getting outmanaged. I've said this on my TikTok as well about how Slot without Salah won't be as good, right? I'm telling you this now. I'll tell you on here as well, right? Because Dutch football is not attacking. Dutch football focuses on the defensive aspects, and I think Liverpool have been great defensively this year. Their attacking aspects have been give ball to Salah, let Salah do his thing. When Salah's gone, good luck Liverpool fans. I hope you enjoy your football. Going on to the other game on Sunday. We'll go through the Sunday games quicker because it's Fulham Ipswich. There's only 2 games to talk about, and that was also a 2-2 draw. With a few more penalties though. 3 penalties. Jimenez scoring 2 for Fulham, becoming the all-time top scoring Mexican in the Premier League, ahead of Chiquito, Javier Hernandez, my boy, and then Delap scoring a penalty for Ipswich as well, rifling it in, with Smollett scoring the only open play goal of the game, and showing, he can do it in the Premier League. He's showing he has, got the capability to do it in the Premier League. Exciting stuff. I think the penalties for Fulham, one was a bit dodgy to give away, but one was clear cut, one was so obvious, and Raul Jimenez won that one. The Spurs-Newcastle game was probably the other big game of the weekend, because over the past couple of years, Spurs and Newcastle have had through some exciting games our way, some real exciting games. This one not so exciting. Obviously we came into the weekend, Spurs being devoured by an illness, not great from them. He was a bit skewed, a bit here, there and everywhere. Apparently only 8 first team players were actually training the day before the match, and they managed to field the team, so fair play to him. Obviously Brandon Austin made his debut for Spurs since joining in 2019. He's had a couple of loans here and there, but it's against Newcastle, it's not always a great game to be starting off with, but Solanke started him off quick. Solanke started Spurs off quick, put him in a quick 1-0 lead, and then right after it, Gordon equalised he shouldn't have equalised though. I really don't think he should have. I really do think it was a handball from Joe Linton. Considering, you know, the Elitz was a handball in the United game, it was definitely a handball from Joe Linton. Spurs, I think Postecoglou said it in the game, if all things were fair, if all things were even in the world, Spurs would have won that game, and I completely agree with him. I really do think Spurs have been done dirty. I think they've been done dirty on most of the season, really. And then Isak, Dragusin got so close to stopping it. He got so close to stopping it. Obviously, the only actually true defender in Spurs' back line right now, and he almost got in the way. I think Alfie Gray does a good job, but obviously Dragusin's the only true centre back, and he almost got in the way of it, but it just hit off his toe, and then Isak managed to just knock it in. And the rest of the history, Newcastle win the game, and then going on to the City game, City finding a bit of form now. They beat Leicester the other day, now they beat West Ham, but City fans, don't get too happy yourselves. Leicester on terrible form, West Ham on terrible form. We'll see how you do against someone who's like playing well. I don't know when next time you play someone well. PSG, if I was on a PSG game, not you out of the Champions League, that'd be great. But City winning the game 4-1. Haaland back on the score sheets with 2 goals. Savinho with 2 assists. The Kufal one's not an assist. It's not an assist. You can't assist an own goal. Okay, so people are like, he's got a hat-trick of assists. He's not. He got 2 assists. He got 2 very good assists. He played a very good game. And West Ham getting a scruffy consolation goal that doesn't really matter. I think they started really well, and then the confidence kind of really went from West Ham. I thought, West Ham in the first few minutes had better chances the first, bit of the game. I think it's all down to Kudus just being a bit too greedy, not wanting to pass it to Fulkrug. I think if it was Antonio in the middle, he would have passed it, because Antonio's got more of a presence in the box and that capability to know, he's going to do it. But I think greediness is what's killing West Ham right now. I really do think greediness is killing West Ham. I think it kills in most teams, but West Ham is really not doing well for him right now. Brighton, Arsenal, a team where greediness isn't doing anyone in. I think Arsenal played really well in this game. Nwaneri, what a talent he is! What a talent he is! I know Arsenal fans have been raving about for ages now, but Saka's injured and this guy's coming in. He's gone, you know what? I'm starting these games. I'm going to get a goal, and he did get a goal against Brighton. It's a tough place for him to go. But Brighton made it tough as well, because they ended up with a draw thanks to a João Pedro penalty, which was definitely a penalty. Arsenal fans were like, how was that a penalty? And it's like, well, because Saliba headbutted someone in the box. Like, if João Pedro had headbutted Saliba, it would have been a foul and it would have been a free kick. That's how it's a penalty, because he's headbutted someone. What the ball? Shut up! Right, just shut your mouth. Onto a massive game of the weekend as Southampton hosted Brentford, and Southampton's biggest highlight of the game was that someone predicted to score, because it was 5-0 to Brentford. That's all Southampton did, was someone predicted the score correctly. That was a Southampton fan predicted that they'd get beat 5-0 and win a shirt. I'd just like to mention that. I had a sort of mental stat from this game that Mbeumo is now 1 goal of Ivan Toney for Premier League Brentford goals, and Visser has equalised Ivan Toney for Premier League Brentford goals. Ivan Toney's going to get left in the mud. It's going to be in like a couple of games' time, Ivan Toney's going to be the 3rd top goal scorer for Brentford of all time in the Premier League, which I find crazy. He's only been gone for half a season. I know he missed half a season last year as well, so I mean he's missed a season, but still, the fact that Mbeumo and Visser have caught him in this time, considering they were always second fiddle men behind Toney. Fair play to the boys. Obviously, Mbeumo on 13 goals for the season now. Not doing too badly. You're not doing too badly. Schade on really good form as well for Brentford, and I've got to mention that because Schade took a wild start, but he's young. He plays for Germany now. He actually plays for a senior team as well. Fair play to the boy. Fair play to Brentford. 5-0 away after they had a poor run of away form recently. I spoke about this on my FPL videos about how I don't trust Mbeumo because of his away form, and the home form was looking like not like it's going to go downhill soon with the fixtures that they've got ahead of them. But you know what? I think this is a real confidence boost for Brentford, and you can see themselves going forward. Villa really shouldn't have won this game, but they did beat Leicester. I thought Leicester were the better team, but James Justin just keeps on stabbing Leicester in the back, and I've seen it for a while. Leicester fans hating on James Justin, but this was the most obvious. I was like, oh, it's like for these that I've watched Always Sunny, it's like that scene when Frank realises what it means to be gay or whatever, and he just gets hit by that. Like, oh my god, I see it now, and that's how I saw when James Justin just let go of the ball, just hoof it up. If you're getting trapped, just kick it away. If in doubt, kick it out, alright? And James Justin, man, he was just trying to play the ball, and he's turning and he's going, oh, can't go that way, can't go that way, and it didn't work. It was a bum performance, it was. A rocket from Ross Barkley, and Leon Bailey getting his first goal in a while puts Villa ahead as well. And then obviously Mavididi, I think Leicester had so many good chances. Mavididi threw one chance away, but he obviously get a goal to get the other one. I really think Leicester should be looking down on themselves right now, going they should have got some points there against Villa. Villa are not in a great place right now, and Leicester could have took advantage of that, but they didn't. Another team that's not in a great place right now is Chelsea, who dropped points in our 2 games to Fulham, who beat them 2-1 at home, and then Ipswich, who beat them 2-0 away. Now they had Palace away, and Palace, I go into this game and I thought Palace were going to win this game. I really did. I put a bet on it. I was like, yeah, Palace are going to win this game. I can just feel it. Chelsea's form is gone. Palace had dead chances. I'm telling you now, Palace were a better team again in this game. Chelsea looked to get away with it. Palmer getting his first goal of the year. He's starting the year off right. I think, I like Cole Palmer. I like that he's starting the year off right. Fair play to him. But they are falling apart. The shoes are unsigned. They keep on tripping up. They're falling over. Okay, Munoz is so vital to how Palace play. I know it's changing the topic quickly, but everything that Palace did well, Munoz was involved in, and I just like seeing him play like that. I do. Someone who went under the radar a bit last year, and I beat him up because I thought it was a great transfer from Palace. I'd seen clips of Munoz whilst he was at Ghent or Genk. I always get them too confused. I think it was Ghent. And I was like, this guy is going to work for Palace. He's a workhorse. He probably is. He won the ball for the goal for Palace to equalise. Eze, could have took a chance, but he was like, oh no, Mateta, you've got an open goal. If I just slide it across to you, slid it across to him, boom, goal. And then finally onto the final game in a weekend. Then it was Bournemouth 1, Everton 0. But my God, is Pickford just a champion? Pickford shows why he's not letting go of that England #1 shirt anytime soon. 7 saves he made in this game, 7 preventions of a goal for Everton. He's protecting it. And people talk about how the defence does well. Pickford is the reason Everton keep all these clean sheets. I'm telling you now, Pickford is such a good reason why Everton keep these clean sheets. But Bournemouth are the one that keep the clean sheet. And Travers was not threatened whatsoever in goal. Everton didn't have a single shot on target. They really need a striker. Obviously they got Broha, they got Calvert-Lewin, they got Beto. None of it's good enough. I think Ndai is good enough to be the creator behind the strike, but they just don't have a good enough striker. And the talk all about Everton here, but it's because Bournemouth had the chances, but the chances were pretty poor. Kirk has obviously threw the chance in, but I like seeing a goal from Brooks. I do like seeing Brooks do well. Anytime there's Brooks does well, I like seeing it. Let's go to my team of the week now, and I've just mentioned Pickford made so many saves. I'm not going to leave him out of the team of the week. I know he conceded. I know he didn't keep a clean sheet, but 7 saves gets to my team of the week. I've gone for Van Heck, who once again handled Arsenal. I think last time he played Arsenal, I gave Van Heck a bit of credit as well, because he handles the Arsenal attack very well. I know this is a poorer Arsenal attack, but I still think he held it well. And then Maguire, he had such a good game. Making so many great tackles. I could have given Martinez scoring a great goal and having a good game in defence as well, but I think Maguire's defensive game was so much better than anyone else's I've seen this weekend. Has to be in there. And then Kirk is getting an assist and a clean sheet. He can go in at left back, and I spoke about how good Munoz has been for Palace and how vital he is for Palace, winning the ball back for the goal and just being a constant harassment to that left side of Chelsea. He has to get in there for me. And in a midfield 3, Manu controlled the game against Liverpool. How could he not get in the team? Barkley's going a rocket of a goal, helping Villa to a win, and then Brooks. I told you, every time that guy does well, I like seeing it. So Brooks gets into my team as well. I did have Palmer originally, but Brooks gets in. And Wetmore on the right, scoring 2 goals and getting a assist, not too bad. Savinho with his 2 assists and his push onto Kufal to get, you call it an assist, it's an assist on FPL or whatever, but yeah, Savinho can get in there for me. And then Jimenez becoming the all-time scoring Mexican, give him a bit of credit. I know it's 2 penalties, but taken well, and I like the journey that he's been on, Jimenez. So gets into the team of the week for his career journey. Yeah, sure. Onto the other leagues, and there weren't many other leagues playing this week because obviously a lot of teams are on winter breaks and there's a lot of teams playing a mismatch schedule or whatever. But we'll go on to the Championship. The Championship's not taking a break. You can't afford to take a break. There's too many games in the Championship. So let's talk about Sunderland beating Portsmouth 1-0, pushing their hopes of promotion. I want to see South Sunderland come up. Burnley beating Blackburn in that massive derby 1-0, and it was a bit of a rough affair after the game. Hull and Leeds drawing 3-3, Leeds dropping some unnecessary points there. Hull being the first team to score in that game. Borough drawing with Cardiff. Norwich beating Coventry 2-1 as they continue to push their hopes of getting up. And then Sheffield United, who want to push their hopes of coming up again, beating Watford. Gustavo Hamer scored a goal in that game. Gustavo Hamer really is a player that I think is too good for the Championship, but we'll see if he can come up with Sheffield before another team moves in for him. Roma winning the Rome derby against Lazio 2-0, and Fiorentina getting beat by Napoli 3-0. That's the only thing I can talk about in Serie A, because that's the only games that really happened in Serie A. The rest are all like mid-table or relegation fights, and I like talking about the title fight. That title fight has a bit of fight to it, and I like it. And then finally on to the Ligue 1, where Marseille beat Le Havre 5-1. No holds barred. No bars? I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Lille drawing with Nantes, a bad result for Lille. Trying to push into the Champions League spots and drawing to Nantes is not good. Lyon beating Montpellier 1-0. And then Nice beating Reims 3-2. And that's the only results I can really talk about in Ligue 1, because once again, not a lot of games have happened again. But it is poorly going to be ending the video, because obviously not a lot to talk about towards the end of the video. It's been an exciting week of football, especially in the Premier League, because that's the main one that's been going ahead, but I think the Champions League has been really exciting as well. I said at the end of the video now, guys, if you like the video, please leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, because more on the channel every single day. Thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully I do catch you next time. Cheers.